heat it up so that it starts boiling. And then we're gonna slowly add in the sugar and pectin mixture. You wanna mix your sugar and your pectin so that when you're making this marmalade or jam, it actually won't clump up on you. Because if you add just the pectin, it'll start clumping up.
Right.
So.
And the texture of this will still be pipeable when you're
Yes.
done? As opposed to making a PDF?
Yes, it's very, it doesn't get very stiff. It stays very loose and liquidy. And it doesn't need to be refrigerated. So like, I went and made one yesterday, and I just let it sit on the counter overnight. It was fine. Let's make sure it's plugged in. It is. Just gonna heat it up. Now when we go to pipe in, which one do you think we'll pipe in first? The marmalade or the ganache? Or the truffle mold?
I'd do ganache first.
Marmalade.
Marmalade. You want to do your marmalade first, and then your ganache. And you're typically going to let your molds sit at least for 24 hours so that your ganache has time to evaporate. So when you go to cap them, there'll be a little tiny space in between the ganache and where your cap is. So you don't want to create a mold or anything like that. It's typically why you let them sit out overnight so they can release all the extra moisture. You wouldn't want to put the marmalade on first because it's very moist and it won't really lose any of its moisture. So if you were to go to cap it, you're going to end up getting marmalade back into your tempered chocolate, and it just sounds like a big load of mess. And
So after you put the jam in, you let it sit for overnight before you?
no, you don't have to let the jam sit. It's mainly the ganache.
The ganache, so that it
The
forms
ganache.
like a bit of a...
Bit of a
seal
skin, and
crust.
so that it can evaporate a little bit, so that you have room for your caps. You could also use this recipe. It doesn't have to be molded. You can use just the shells. I typically like to do that too. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys? Why don't you guys tell me something? How did anyone can answer? How did you guys get interested